Polarity, an interesting concept, and I'm here to reclaim polarity as part of my series on reclaiming pagan words. So, polarity simply means to have two opposite qualities or poles or any contrasting pair of opposites. And there's a famous essay by Ralph Waldo Emerson called Compensation, in which he writes that polarity is light and darkness, spirit and matter, and up and down, yea and nay, darkness and light. Did I mention darkness and light? The systole and diastole of the heart, and other opposite things. He also lists male and female on his list, but I would say that the ultimate polarity was probably either from the personal point of view, self and other, and from a universal point of view, perhaps spirit and matter, unless you think that spirit and matter are one and the same thing. So polarity can be any pair of opposites, and that is how it has been used for the majority of its history as a term. It's also the positive and negative ends of a magnetic field. And that brings us to the fact that the polarity is two extremes of a range of values. It's not usually a thing that's completely, a standalone quality. So, like, for example, darkness and light are polarities, but clearly there are shades of dark and light in between. There's like very, very dark, no light, and very, very bright, no dark. But in between those two things, there are, there's twilight and daylight and shadow and so on and so forth. So usually these pairs of opposites are complementary to each other. And they can interact in the environment. So obviously darkness and light interact by the fact that the sun comes up and the darkness goes away. The sun goes down, darkness comes back. And it's interesting also in the case of darkness and light that darkness is the absence of light. It's not a thing of its own. Light exists as a particle. There is no corresponding particle of darkness. Obviously light can be a wave as well, I know. But anyway, same with hot and cold, right? Like, heat is a thing, but cold is the absence of heat. So yeah, I think that we need to reclaim the word polarity, because there are some people who want to tell you that the polarity in Wicca refers to male and female, whereas it can refer to any complementary opposites. And I would go so far as to argue that male and female are not in fact opposites, but that's my take on the situation. Your mileage may vary, but if you've got two people working together and they're trying to make polarity, generally speaking, they're making polarity because of some other quality in those people. Because I've been in circle with men, and no polarity has happened, and then I've been in circle with other men and polarity definitely happened. So it tends to vary according to other qualities in your personality, whether you can make polarity with someone or not. So that means I should be able to make polarity, and have made polarity in fact, with other women and other non-binary people, because I'm non-binary. So yeah, I think that if we restrict the concept of polarity to just male and female, we do ourselves a massive disservice. And also we need to not conflate male and female with other qualities like darkness and light, or day and night, or whatever else you might be tempted to conflate them with. And polarity is a much more complex subject than reducing it to male and female would allow for. So let's reclaim the complexity of polarity And let's reclaim the word polarity from bigots who want it to just mean male and female only. And, you know, our craft and our paganism will be enriched as a result, which can only be good. So take care out there, and blessed be.